Hey, what's up, guys? This is Tom with Stocked Up. Even though the market was up this morning, you can see it's had a big drop off as the day went on. That may be due to a possible virus going on in China. You can see China's taking steps to contain the possible pandemic and stuff. But it seems like a pretty bad virus. It's like a pneumonia thing, and that stuff definitely scares people. But so far it's in China, maybe like one or two cases here. I don't know. But the big thing is that will it really affect the companies that much? I'm not too sure. It may not. It probably will affect the markets if it does start coming to the United States in like bigger numbers. But besides that, it's not. I don't think it would affect the market too bad. But the market's probably going down for some other reason. I would say. Other than this, I would say the market's going down more because of the impeachment thing. I'm not too sure. But you can see it is bouncing off of key SMAs right now. You could get a good play for calls tomorrow or puts, depending on which way it breaks. If it breaks below, I'd buy puts. If it starts to break higher, I'd go ahead and buy calls. One play I wanted to go over from Stock Mastery was CGC, and you can see right here, CGC. I saw it bouncing off these SMAs this day and holding on this 100. And what it went ahead and did is I called it out at night on Monday night actually. It was Martin Luther King Day, so there was no trading. I called it out Monday night, and then I waited. I bought in a pre-market at 25, and then it went ahead and popped right at open, and I actually got out at 25.65, which was just, it was like right on the bid ask. Like there's no way. Like I barely got filled on this, and it was insane. I only had about 100 shares, but it's not too many, but it was it was enough. All right, guys, I'm going to show you exactly why I believe these marijuana stocks are very, very well priced right now. And that's because they're all starting to bounce off their 1,000 SMAs, and then they're crossing over the 100s, which is great because if the 100 was crossing below the 1,000, that would be like really bad, and the stock would be bouncing below the 1,000, like way down here. Stocks always, whenever they bounce off the 1,000, bounce off like this and have this little breakthrough and then right back up. And if they don't have that and they keep going down, you're in for a very, very, very bad day if you're holding that long term. So what you want to go ahead and do is wait for stocks to go ahead and bounce like this and go through the 100 and then start to get in. Honestly, I believe that these stocks are still very well priced. Even if this falls down to like 20 area, if you hold this long term right now, I believe it would be a very, very good risk reward, because if it starts to go up, you're looking at like 82% to lose, so it's like 1 to 2. It's not the best risk reward, but who would have their stop all the way down here? I was going like max risk. I would have my stop like somewhere like around here, right below the 1,000, probably 17. So like 25% to make like 80 to like 130% if it goes back up to 59. I personally wouldn't buy these and hold them long term like that, but I know a lot of people like to trade that way. And if you like to trade that way, that's pretty good. And I think if you do it, I think you might be in for a very good gain on these types of stocks if you hold very long term. I'm saying they really have the potential to fall a lot further, as you can see here. Like this could go all the way down to 7, for example, and ACB, which is Aura Cannabis, they're below their 1,000 right now. But you can see they're starting to bounce down here, and they're starting to doji and have a nice little like uptrend going. It's like a little bull flag starting. So you can see it went ahead and went up about 37% here. Let's see, 27%, and we're gonna go ahead and see. So 27% again. Yep, you can see it would go ahead and hit like right around there, and then start bouncing again. So I think there's a lot of potential in ACB right now. I'm watching it. I personally bought in today myself. I'm going to call it out for Stock Mastery. So there you guys go. You guys are going to get a free Stock Mastery pick in this video with ACB. It's bouncing right on that 1,000. If we buy in, you can have a very, very small stop around 5 to 10%, somewhere between there. And you're going to be looking at like 43% maybe on this. Let's see potential. Go back to the daily chart to see the max potential you can make. If it goes ahead and goes up, you might want to sell quick if it pops, whichever one you decide to do. I would probably sell quick myself if it pops tomorrow, and just go ahead and take a little loss if it drops, which I'll be watching it obviously like a hawk in the morning. I like to wake up and watch the pre-market. I always watch on my phone and everything. So it's always good to keep up with the markets no matter what you're doing. You always want to have as much information as possible so you can go ahead and make the best decisions possible, of course. Obviously, as you can see, ACB here, long term, I'm talking about long term, if you want to buy and hold this for long term right now, I think it's in a very good position if you want to go ahead and do that. I am myself with not a lot of money. Like I said, only a couple grand. Not too much. I've got about what I've got about 1,500 shares, I believe. So that comes out to like 3,000. Not too much money in it, but if it does go up, it could make for a nice little gain. Of about 150%. It's not nothing too large, but your risk reward is what you get here. You're risking about 30% to make like 150%. It's like a 5 to 1 if you're going like very long term with it, which is what I'm doing. A lot of people wouldn't do that. You could play options on CGC, of course, because they'll all probably go up at the same time. And if they do that, fantastic for everybody. So that's exactly what we want. I made a lot of money in CGC on the past, right here on this play. You can see this big triangle I went ahead and created right there, and draw this one up through there. And what I went ahead and did is I saw it pop out of here, and I bought. And then what happened was that it fell right through here, and I didn't put any stops on it because I was pretty confident once it popped above. And if it went ahead and fell those couple of days right there, I'll never forget those 2 days. They were very sad days for me. And then it popped, and I ended up making, obviously about, I think it was like 80% is what I got out at. Yeah, 84%. So, 80% profit, and it was a lot of money. So, not too much money, but really the best play. It was just a really good play, and that's what you want to do. You want to have the confidence in the plays, just like I have the confidence right now in ACB for very long-term play, just like that CGC play we saw. I think it's very good. You can see volumes really starting to pick up here, just like volume started to. You can see right here, volume started picking up, and then the stock rose, and volume started picking up, and the stock rose even higher. You can see right here, volume picked up, the stock rose, and then popped. Volume's really starting to pick up right now, and that's what we want to see. You can buy that for long term and expect a pretty decent gain, I believe. If this video brought you guys any value, smash that subscribe button. Check out the link below to Stock Mastery. And this is Tom, you guys, signing off. I hope you have a good rest of your night.